What's up, guys? This is Scott Lowe, Executive Editor of IGN Gear here, showing off Mac OS X 10.7 Lion from Apple. This is the new operating system. It was released today on the Mac App Store, so we wanted to give you a little taste of what the major new features are. So as you can see, the main interface is fairly familiar. You've got the the dock here, the standard array of contextual functions up top. But one cool thing here is that you can see if you have a computer with multiple users, you can easily pop in and out of them using this little drop down. Pretty cool. But some of the bigger changes were made to applications like the Finder. So if we pull this up here, we're looking at a new view called All My Files, which basically looks at all of the files available on your computer and presents them in this cool kind of like cover flow style interface. So like this is just a image interface going through all the screenshots I have on here. You can do the same with like PDF documents, music, all that good stuff. But one of my favorite features though is just below it. It's called Airdrop. So basically what it does is use your built-in Wi-Fi chip to connect with any near Mac OS X Lion enabled Mac. So in this case, I've got my MacBook Air here as well. So if I wanted to share a file with it, basically I just go into another Finder window, find the file I want to use. So let's say I want to send this screenshot to that computer. Just click and drag, and it'll ask me to send it, ask if I really want to send it, because obviously you don't want to share personal information without warning. And then over on my MacBook Air, it will prompt me asking if I want to accept and open this file. So just clicking save and open here, it does a really quick download, and it pulls it up almost immediately. It's pretty cool stuff. But you can do this with individual files, but you can actually do it with entire programs. So like if you have a program on your one Mac that you want to share with your other to kind of ease the transition a little bit without having to use a disk drive or an actual like thumb drive or anything, it's super handy. So that is obviously one of the huge additions to the service, because again, not having to have an internet connection is so helpful. So the other major addition, of course, is Launchpad, which is basically an iOS-style app launcher. It presents all of your apps in a series of icons, and just like iOS, like on your iPad or on your iPhone, you can click icons and drag them into folders, and you can name them whenever you want and organize them that way. So the other thing, of course, is Mission Control, which kind of combines Spaces and Expose into this like one streamlined interface. So if you're using a laptop and you don't have a lot of workspace, because again, it's a smaller screen, you don't have an extended display, it allows you to seamlessly transition in and out of windows. So you can pop back into your Finder window, you can go back into iCal or Safari, and the other thing you'll notice here is, of course, the full screen apps. So this is a full screen view of Safari, which takes up the whole window, so you lose this entire top bar. But if you want to access it, you just drag upwards. But the other cool thing is it makes use of gesture controls, which if you have the trackpad on your Mac laptop or the add-on for the Mac computers or desktops rather, you use a 3-finger swipe to change in and out of windows. So like if you want to go back to your desktop view, you just swipe left and then swipe right if you want to look at other stuff you've looked at, so or the calendar app or something, any other full screen compatible app really. So one of my other favorite features is with the gesture control is going back and forth in terms of web browsing. So using 2 fingers, you can go to your last page almost seamlessly, like without any issue at all. So this kind of reduces the need for tabs, because you can go really, really fast in between these windows. So obviously that's a huge feature as well. So Mission Control is also good for getting a sense of all of available applications too. So like if you want to pop in and out, if you want to go to the widgets page, the dashboard, it's super, super handy. So the gesture control is really, really cool. If you pinch, you can get immediately back to the Launchpad. If you expand, you go to back to the dashboard. And again, the swiping gestures are super, super effective. And then as you saw, we have like some changes to the design of some of the core native apps. So like this is an example of the address book, which actually kind of closely resembles an address book now. In the calendar view, again, this is in full screen mode, but you can scale it down. It presents it as almost one of like those desktop calendars where you can just like swipe and move everything back. So it gives you a pretty comprehensive view. So another significant change is the mail client, which has been tweaked in a number of different ways, but the most significant of which is the conversational view. So like if you're in a long email thread that dates back months, like it'll actually present it all in one, easy scrollable experience where you can see the entire progression of the conversation. Obviously, this isn't a very lengthy one, but it's a pretty handy feature nonetheless. Finally, there's a new feature for auto saving, which is not supported by all apps just yet, but most of the native ones do. So if you click the title of whatever you're doing, this is an example of like the text edit function. If you go to browse all versions, it presents this view of like every version of the save that you've ever done. So like you can watch this progression of me, typing out this piece. And so like similar to like something like Google Docs, you can get a full sense of like how far you've been along. So yeah, I mean, it's a fully fledged out OS, and we have a lot of features to cover, over 250 according to Apple. But, we're going to be doing a full review soon, so stay tuned to gear.ign.com for more.